Hi everyone. I hope you all had a great fall break. It's good to be back at school. So we're starting up a new unit, which is going to be Unit 4, Interdependence. And so a good spot to start in this unit for interdependence is going to be what is ecology? So let's take a look. So ecology is going to be the study of the interactions between organisms with other organisms and with their environment. So you're going to have a living organism, a plant, an animal, bacteria, fungi, interacting with other plant, bacteria, fungi, or animals, as well as they're going to be interacting with the non-living parts of their environment. So there's going to be two different factors that go into their ecosystems. There's going to be the abiotic, which are the non-living factors in an ecosystem, and the biotic, which are going to be the living factors in an ecosystem. So if we take a look at the picture on the left, we're going to see this horse, all right? So your horse is going to be your biotic factor. Along with, if you look on the picture on the right, you're going to see trees and grass and other green. Those are all going to be biotic factors as well that are living. So your abiotic factors are going to be the non-living factors. So on your right, you're going to see rocks, water, air, wind. All these are considered abiotic factors. So now I'm going to give you a minute to look over these 6 pictures and decide whether the main thing in the picture is abiotic or biotic. Alright, so in the first picture on your left, top left, you're going to see sunshine, and sunshine is going to be considered an abiotic factor because the sunshine is not living. So if you go down from there, you're going to see a moose. Alright, and the moose is going to be a biotic factor because the moose is obviously an animal, which is a living organism. And that goes for the same thing if you go to the middle top. You will see a tree, and the tree is likewise going to be a living organism, so that is going to be biotic. Down from the tree, you might have looked at the rock. It's in the background. You might have looked at the iceberg or the water. And all 3 of these are going to be abiotic because none of those are living. If you go to the top right, you will see fungi. And like we said before, fungi is a living organism, so that's going to be considered biotic. Down from the fungi, you will see a rock. The rock is going to be considered abiotic because it is a non-living part of the environment. So scientists study ecology at different levels. So there might be some that study the biosphere, which you can see on the right is the biggest level of ecology, but others might study smaller aspects such as an individual, a population, a community, an ecosystem, or a biome. So we're going to take a look at each of these different levels. Level 1 is going to be your organism, which is going to be an individual animal, plant, or single-celled life form. So this is going to be any biotic factor at its simplest, just the organism, the individual. If you look to the right, you can see a fish, and this is going to be our organism. So the second level is going to be a population, which is going to be a particular group of organisms in an area. So we had our organism, a fish. You can pick one of those fish on the screen. That can be an original. And when it's grouped with a bunch of its own organisms, so its own kind, that's going to be a population of the same fish. So if we took all these populations of different kinds of fish that live together in an area, that would make our community. So as you can see in the picture on the right, there's a bunch of different kinds of fish. So all these different types of fish, all these different populations of fish are going to come together to make our community. So from our community, we're going to have an ecosystem. which is going to be the community and its non-living surroundings. So your ecosystem is going to be your biotic, your living, and your abiotic, your non-living factors all in one. So in this picture you can see the different populations of fish, the different communities of fish, and the different populations of coral and seaweed and other plant life under the water. And you're also going to be able to see different kinds of rocks and the water itself as the abiotic factors. So again, all the biotic and abiotic factors working together is going to make your ecosystem. So from there, we're going to have different types of ecosystems that have the same climates and plant life coming together to make a biome. So if you look at a picture on your left and the picture on the right, they have similar plant life, they look like they have the same climate, they have similar fish. Since they're different ecosystems, so they're not next to each other, but since they have the same climate and the same plant life, they're going to be considered in a biome together. And we will talk about biomes later as this unit goes on. So the last level is going to be your biosphere. So your biosphere is going to be the part of the earth where life exists, and that's going to include the air, the water, and land. So if you look at the picture on the right, you're going to see the earth, and all the water, all the land, all the air, all of that together is going to make the biosphere. So that is the end of this video. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the Google Doc that will be shared on Google Classroom. If you want to comment on someone else's question or have their answer, please do so. If you feel that you don't understand something else that someone else doesn't get, please comment on it and say that you don't understand it as well, so I can go over it in class. I'll be walking around. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, please let me know.